Welcome back to the channel, Stuart from ZSC Toys and Play, and today we're going to be reviewing the John Deere 132 scale tractor with front loader. Okay, so here we have our first 132 scale model on the channel, and it is model number 3652. If you like the content, please consider subscribing and watch all the videos you can, and like it, that'd be much appreciated. Okay, so the first thing I just want to note about the model itself is that with being 132 scale, we do get an absolute lot of it as die-cast metal. So I think the first thing I just want to do is just marry this model up with different scales within SIKU. So we have the 150 scale John Deere tractor here, and then we also have a 187 scale Vent tractor. So let's just line all of these up so you can see the different scales we are playing with here. Okay, so as you can see, there is quite a difference, with the majority of this model being all plastic, and then you've got a good ratio of probably 50-50 in terms of plastic items on here. And then as you go up to this model, you've definitely got way above, about 80% of this model is die-cast metal. Okay, so the front loader section here, everything you see is die-cast metal except for the hydraulics, which is the hydraulic housing, which is generally what you would get anyway. And then the front loader bucket as well is also die-cast metal. So, and every part of this does move up and down and through as well. I mean, this is still a new model, although our son has had this for about up to test for about a good 2 months now, and it is still in absolutely brilliant condition. Nothing's broken on it. So in terms of the front loader as well, this is from the 542 loader series that John Deere do. And the good thing about this front loader section on this 132 scale is that you can change the attachments. I am looking to do later videos with different attachments that you can put on the 132 scale tractor, but initially this is a all die-cast metal front bucket. And then as we come to the front and raise up the loader section, you have the front hitch here, which is all die-cast metal as well. And then as we come to the rear as well, you have the drawbars and the hitch section here, that is die-cast metal as well. So we'll just put the bucket back on there. And it does clip on fairly easy on and off as well for easy use. Okay, so the model itself, the tyres are rubber and do have a nice bounce to them. And as you can see on this model, which you don't get on smaller models, is the front section the front tyres do actually move left or right. I think one of the initial things that our son did do with this model is he did actually, because the front tyres are linked to the, just take off the cap, is linked to the steering wheel. The first thing he did, and always does now, is that he enjoys playing with moving the tractor back and forth and left and right. So the cab section itself is plastic, as well as the black trims here, but the rest of the body is all die-cast metal, and that is represented in its weight. So the foot stirrups here are die-cast metal. So as we take this down, or before we do that, the one thing that you get on the 32 scale as well is that the bonnet does come up to reveal the engine, so you do get quite a lot of detail there to see the engine radiator and all the other sectional pieces here as well. You do get a lot of play in the front front steering column, so you can go over uneven surfaces really well, lots of gravel and those sorts of things. It's been through quite a lot of different surfaces and it has stood up well. Okay, and then so we'll just go to the underside here, which it just has the code numbers and then more die-cast detailing of the model as well. To the rear side, we do have a lot of detail here on the back, and then we have the indicators and stop lights that are painted. These are not plastic, these are painted on. Okay, and then it's still got quite a lot, because it's not been played with a lot. The model is still it's easy to use, but it still is quite stiff because it still is fairly new. The only section, and then you've got this section here, which is the cab area. All of this is plastic, but what does happen with this one is that the wing mirrors do pop out as well. So when it's not in the box, you do get the wing mirrors come out, and then you have the silver painting there as the reflection. So you just the top section here. You can see here you have quite a lot of detail in terms of the cab as well, and then your little refrigerator that goes in there, or is that a storage box? Okay, and as you can see, the steering column is moving as I move the tyres as well. So there are two sections. There is a tow bar on the back here as well, and as I said, as we get more into this, using this as the base model to be reviewing the front attachments and the rear attachments in new videos. Okay, so in conclusion, this model cost me £30, so it is quite a compared to the smaller scale models where something around that similar section would have been this forest loader, which is this model here. So it is on the expensive side because this is one of their higher scale models. But in terms of detail, there's absolutely loads of detail on this model. The playability is extensive, and then with it giving you the chance to put different elements on the front here, so you can put different like hay baler grabbers on there, and then you've got a range of things that you can put on the back here as well. So buying this as a base model and then further elements to it can really give it a long life in terms of playability. So I would say the pros for the model is generally you get what you pay for. This model is extremely heavy, so that is one pro, and then you've got the steering column as well, which is fairly easy. So it will go over all kinds of surfaces, really easy, and there'll be no problems using it on uneven surfaces. I would say there's probably only one con with this that I can see at the moment, is that I think probably over time this section here may get a little bit worn down. So when you are using this, I shouldn't imagine it will be much of a problem when these hydraulics get a bit more playing them. But I think the only con on this model is the fact that I have found that this does come off fairly easy. So I think that's it on this one. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.